A couple of years ago, I featured anomalies I discovered in a JP2 of a site south of Kaiser in the Asterism region of Mars. A second photograph taken a couple of months earlier reveals additional artifacts that weren't visible in that photograph. There's a massive dune field in this area that seems to have moved, and it revealed some additional artifacts. Let's take a closer look. The photograph is called Active Gullies on Martian Sand Dunes, and I'll include the link to this page in the description below. So this photograph was taken on the 3rd of January 2011, and the photograph and its anomalies I previously featured was taken on the 11th of August 2011. So a couple of months apart. So this photograph taken earlier has more anomalies in it. I'll show you those in a moment. This photograph was taken at a resolution of 25.2 centimeters per pixel. And as always, the anomalies I'll be showing you are cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file. This one's just over 600 megabytes in size. There's a look at the southern part of this photograph with the massive dune field up towards the north. And the anomalies I'll be showing you are some of these white specks that are littered throughout this region. So the site's located right there, roughly at 52 degrees, 1 minute south, 18 degrees, 11 minutes east. We'll have a look at some of the other anomalies close by towards the end of the video. So there's the first one, folks. Check this out. The object right there in the center of the screen is about 10 meters in diameter, and it's got a really strange shape to it. It's almost oval. It's got this rectangular raised area on the one side and a funny rounded off block in the center of that, and then towards the back also seems to have a raised area, also rectangular, and then it's got the dome-like part there at the back. It's very symmetrical. If you draw a line through the center, the two sides will look very similar. Then we're looking at the strange block up towards the top. This is about 80 meters from that strange item. Check this out, folks. This block is about 12 meters across, right angle to it, and it's got this strange triangular part in its center. Another similar item right there. This one's also about 12 meters across. And there's the same item I showed you in the photograph taken on the 11th of August 2011. It's got this strange rounded block on the top. Let's take a closer look. And there's a similar rounded block that I discovered. This is in part 2 obelisks, megaliths, and discs spotted east of Asimov on Mars. It's also got this rounded shape to it. I wonder if a similar block to that is placed there on the top of this larger item. Then we're looking at that strange narrow part there, folks. It's about 6 meters in length, and it's got a uniform width to it as well. And then the two round areas on each end. And there's a similar one I'll show you in a moment. There it is right there, folks, and it's about the same size. Let's take a closer look. It's also got a similar width to it as well. So I don't know what those are. Could they be thin slabs that are buried in the surface and only the edges sticking up? Or could these be pipes? Who knows? There's another one over there. Then we're looking at the small blocks in the center of the image. The larger one is about 2 by 3 meters in size. Check out the right angles to them and the uniform thickness as well. Could this have been part of an ancient structure that was totally blown apart in the distant past? Then we're looking at this strange item, the rectangular design on the bottom makes this stick out like a sore finger. It's about, I'd say, 15 meters across. Check out the 2 parallel narrow parts here. And then this strange inner part. I don't know what's going on there, folks. Could this be hollow? It's got a triangular part sticking over the edge with this long narrow piece sticking out of it. And then it's lying on top of another block. I don't know what's going on there, folks. It just looks highly out of place. Then we're looking at this item. It's about 12 meters across. And I also showed that to you in the photograph taken on the 11th of August 2011. The detail on the older photograph is a lot better than in this version. And check this out. We've got a rectangular part over here, a block or slab next to it with a small protrusion or knob on it. And it also looks as if this might be some type of structure with an opening over here on the side. Let's have a look at some similar examples. This is from recent dune changes in Proctor reveal new anomalies on Mars. And we also have a narrow rectangular block on the one side, the larger block with a protrusion on it. Here we've got something similar. This is from megalithic ruins and wreckage east of Euripus Mons on Mars, part 3. But this one doesn't have a protrusion or knob on it. And here's an item similar to the larger blocks, also with a protrusion or knob on it. This one's from Moiraine spotted east of Asimov on Mars. Then we'll be zooming in on the strange item over here to the left. There's also a strange disc-like item over there, but it breaks up too badly when I zoom in on it, so I'm not going to feature it here, guys. That item there is about 8 meters long, consisting of 3 narrow parts. It looks almost as if that middle piece is sandwiched between 2 larger parts. And I did discover something similar to that in another photograph. This is from part 4, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae on Mars. Also, 3 narrow items. The one in the middle seems to be sandwiched or kept in place with the 2 outer ones. Also a rather strange round part over here on the one side. Check out the small spherical object on the inside there as well, folks. Alright, let's zoom off to Noakistera, to this site south of Kaiser. There's a look at the anomalies I featured a couple of years ago. And here's a look at those found in this photograph. That there, to me, looks almost like some type of technology, maybe a machine or something like that, maybe a sculpted piece. It's rather strange with the two parts on the top, rectangular raised areas underneath. I don't know what's going on there, guys. So here's a brief look at the anomalies once again. Zoom out a bit. More towards the east. This is about 180 kilometers to the east. This is where I found this strange item. It's about 20 meters long. And it reminds me of the Quimbaya jet. It's got the same sort of delta wing design. And the back part reminds me of this here as well. Multiple strange parts as well. Looks like we have a disc lying underneath this arrangement of parts. Right angles and straight edges to these parts. Another part or bevel is on the top parallel with this one side. And then to the southeast, where we have these strange items. Check this part out. And then the customary blocks, the small protrusions or knobs in their centers. Another disc. It's got three parts in it, arranged quite symmetrically as well. And then more blocks. This one over here is about 12 meters long, and that one about 8 meters. Let's have a look at one last site. This is about 200 kilometers to the west, where we have these strange alignments and patterns. Check this out, folks. And that pattern I found in another photograph. These 4 items were placed on top of that piece, but this is carved into the surface. More of these smaller parts in the centers of those larger pieces. If you haven't seen my video of the Sumer Triangle Asterism and a potential link to an ancient civilization that once lived on Mars to the Asterism, check that one out. I think you might find it to be quite interesting as well. That concludes this presentation, folks. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your viewership and support. To my new subscribers, welcome on board. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Cheers for now.